by now you guys should be, up to par with DBQing. Now, and then Thursday starts our first after-school review, which is on units 1 and 2. Now, with that said, some people, have been asked, how do I study? What do I do? How should I do this, etc. Okay. Meryl, did I send it to you?
No.
I'm just thinking that now.
Taco.
Who? Oh, tell her no. Okay. Now, anyway, so I do want to kind of first talk, actually, before I do it. So Thursday's our first review. It's on units 1 and 2. And looking at your test results for the practice exam, you guys need a lot of help with unit 1. Okay? So actually I might be changing some things around. Usually I review unit 1 quickly. Okay, but this year it seems like since almost all the questions on the practice exam from unit 1 you guys got wrong. Okay. These are the questions from unit 1, and anything with a dot here are the questions that 50% or more of the students got wrong. So pretty much almost all your Renaissance questions you guys got wrong. So I might have to focus on that a little bit. What I did do, I will say, I went through the entire practice exam and looked at how you guys did and what answers you got. And sometimes I wanted to hit my head. I was like, why did people choose that one? Like some people didn't know who Charles V was.
I like unit 7.
Okay. But anyway, yes.
Fill out a bracket.
He's the one perfect. King George III.
I have
Center road.
now. Yeah. Now, I do want. Let's talk about how to study. Honestly. I'm going to put up a weekly schedule for you guys on what you should be studying. Okay, if you go to the Tom Ritchie website, his kids are on a 10-week schedule. They're like on week 4 already. Okay, so we're a little bit behind, but we're okay because you guys are brilliant. Okay. Now, I don't want that to go to your head though. Okay. Now, in all honesty, if you study something like 10 minutes a day, you should be fine. Now, I don't do daily schedules because you know your own schedule. Okay, you may say, well, I can't do stuff on Mondays and Tuesdays, but I can do stuff on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So maybe I'll double up Wednesday and Thursday and not study on Monday and Tuesdays. Whatever, I don't care. You know your schedule. Okay, Aiden may say, well, I'm totally free Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays. Okay, so maybe he's going to focus his studying then. Okay, whatever. Okay, but, heed my warning. Every year I hear students say to me after the AP exam, I probably should have studied, or I should have studied a little bit earlier, or started a little bit earlier. Okay, and it's true. There's not a single person. This is not a test that you could just, hey, I'm not going to study for, or I'm just going to wait till the last minute to study. Okay, that's going to be foolish. Even my best kids last year, okay, who might have thought that they could wing it. Yeah, that doesn't happen. Especially this year, where you all have 3 or 4 days of testing that week of the AP exam. You have 2 weeks of 4-day testing for some of you, or 3 days of testing each week. Okay, so you guys are going to be a little bit tested out those 2 weeks in May. Okay, like the week of the AP exam, you guys have the FSA testing for 2 days. Then you have the AP exam, and then if you have psych, you have the psych exam. The following week, everyone has those that are taking geo, you have 2 days of geo, then 2 days of econ. Okay, so those in human, well then you have 5 days of testing. Okay, so anyway, now let me talk about how to study, because that's the key. I don't want you to be thinking, oh, I'm going to just review everything in the textbook. I'm going to read cover to cover in the textbook. No, I barely want you to open the textbook. Skylar, focus. Okay, I don't want you to even open the textbook. This is what you're going to do. Okay, I'm going to post this on the website as well, along with the weekly schedule. But by the end of next week, you will have reviewed all of period 1 and part of period 2, units 1, 2, and 3. Okay, trust me, you can do it. I'm losing my voice. I don't know why. Okay, now to study. Okay, because I know people have told me I don't know how to study. I've never been taught how to study, especially for a test like this, because you guys have never had a test like this. So I'm going to tell you right now. I don't call people stupid, but if you say you're going to not study, well, you know what I'm thinking of you. Okay. And by the way, this is not, the weekend prior to the AP exam, obviously that's going to be the weekend where you do your last minute studying. Okay, but don't wait till then to study. Plus, anyway, I'm doing review quizzes anyway. I think that the first one's next week, so you have to review. Okay. Now, to review, first thing you need to do, take your cell phone, put it in a separate room. Okay. If, let's say, Skylar's going to study in his bedroom, Skylar's going to put his phone in his mom's room.
Mommy.
Say mommy. Thank you.
Mommy.
Okay. Okay. Because here's the thing. If you keep the phone in your room, your mind's going to drift and you're going to go right to your phone. Trust me, I do that. When I'm grading your essays, if I start when it becomes redundant, okay, I'll pull my phone, look at the time, and be like, oh, let's see what's on Twitter.
Wow.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so in all honesty, put the phone in another room. Get away from your computer or any other device.
About that.
Okay, and literally 10 minutes a day. That's all you need. So the first thing you should do when you're reviewing, these 2 books I gave you to use. Okay, by the way, hopefully you know where they are, because these are my own personal books. I bought them with my own money. Okay, not the school money. So I'm hoping they're in a safe place.
Oh, they're in a safe place, all right.
Okay, yeah, some of them haven't even been used probably.
Oh.
Okay. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to read AP Achiever. You're going to use your AP Achiever. Now, I need a nice organized notebook.
That's me. That's me.
Take mine.
Right.
Take mine.
Why are you gonna? Why would you get his?
Well, his was right out.
Take mine. Go wacky.
Okay. On your syllabus, I gave you a matrix. Okay. The matrix basically says the page numbers for each of your books, review books, along with all the other ones I have. So first thing you're going to do is for Unit 1, go into your AP Achiever. Okay, find the pages, and read from the AP Achiever. Okay? Now, if you haven't noticed, your AP Achiever gives you hints on what to study and how to study. It tells you, okay, for example, here it's telling you, don't worry about every single Renaissance thinker. No, whatever it says, and know a certain amount and be able to use them examples to explain humanism. So it gives you hints. Okay? Once you've done that, you've read your AP Achiever, crash course, read your crash course. Okay? But first read your AP Achiever, then your crash course. Questions so far?
First edition, second edition.
Crash Course, it's first edition.
APT was second.
Second edition, yeah.
Say hi to you too.
I got you guys the new ones. Now, so you've done that, you've read. Now look at your cover sheets. Now, these cover sheets are important. I think sometimes they're not, you guys don't use them as much as you should. Okay, after you've read the AP Achiever and Crash Course, look at all your topics. Can you ask yourself, can I explain who are the major players in humanism and how they represent humanistic ideology? Can I explain the difference between Italian and Northern Renaissance?
Yes, I actually will.
Okay, so on and so forth. These are your main topics. And then do the same thing on the back. Okay, look at your terms. Look at your terms. The ones in bold are from the College Board and says every Euro student needs to know those. The ones in bold. And then the non-bold ones, those are good too. Those are like the B team. Those are the bench warmers that it's good to know, but not necessarily, you have to spend all your time on. Okay? But for Unit 1, everyone in here needs to know about Brunelleschi, Castiglione, Da Vinci, Donatello, the Avignon Papacy, Jean Bodin, and so on and so forth. Okay? Now, when you've done all that, okay, another option you have is use your textbooks and look at the first page of your textbook. They have titles and such. Ask yourself about these titles. Can you explain, the Great Schism, Wycliffe and Huss, and so on? Okay. By doing that, if you could explain them, and be real with yourself. Don't say, yes, I can. Okay, then you can't explain it. Be real. Okay. This is the way to study.